Hello, this is Steve Goggins of Goggins Force and Elite FTS. Today I want to bring to you two subjects. First one would be the hook grip. I want to talk about the hook grip today. And the next subject will be right off of that. It kind of goes together with it. The use of straps. Should you or should you not use straps in training if you're a powerlifter? Okay, so that's two things: the hook grip and the use of straps. Okay, I get a lot of questions a lot of times about, hey Steve, how do I go about using the hook grip? Okay, here's my suggestions. I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. First off, you want to go week by week. You want to go up a little bit each week. So you want to start at the beginning of a cycle. You never want to do something like this when you got a meet in 3 weeks. Okay, you do this in the off season where you have plenty of time to where you can plan it out. Okay, you know, where you got maybe 10 to 12 weeks to do this. Okay, and you would say you'd start from the beginning. Week 1, you'd start with your lightest weight. Okay, and you'd probably work up to 50% the first week. You know what I'm saying? So maybe even a little less, because you're just kind of testing it. And you do maybe sets of probably say you do 135 for 5, 225 for 5, depending on how strong you are. Once again, percentages. If you can't even pull 225, then of course that's not going to be your next jump. Okay, so you got to be smart. So you're going to go, if you're only working up to 50% that day and 225 is your best, then you're going to do half of that. All right, so, and you're only doing a few reps, and each week you move up a little bit at a time, and then the weight starts getting a little heavier to where you get around 60, 70, 75%. Then you want to start doing singles with it. You don't want to do reps with the hook grip for your, like, when you're doing like a top set, you want to do a set of 5. It's okay, like I say, the first week or so, maybe first couple weeks, maybe even so, to do a set of 5 with it, because you're not getting heavy. But once the weight starts getting heavy, say 70, 80% in that range, what I want you to do then is you want to warm up. You go like, I'll usually go like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, something like that, or 5, 4, 1, 1, 1, and you warm up. You do singles with the hook grip, warm it up to your top set. If you go into 350, so your last warm up set for singles will be 315 maybe, and you plan on doing 350. You want to do a set of 5 today or a set of 3. Then you go ahead and throw your straps on and do your set of 3 to 5. That's where straps are very handy with the hook grip. You don't want to be using the hook grip all the time, because first of all, what's going to happen is you're going to tear your skin off your thumbs. It's not going to feel good. Once you start tearing your skin off your thumbs, it's not good at all. But the hook grip, for those who don't know, I should explain before, it's double overhand, gripping a bar, double overhand, thumbs around the bar, gripping your thumbs like it's a pair of straps. Okay, so that's not something you want to do for a whole lot of reps, because your skin will start to come off of there, and then the next thing you know, you'll quit and you won't do it. So the best way to avoid that, just work up and do singles. So you're at that point to where you're working up to where you're doing a set of 5 and you're putting the straps on at that. The next week you go up a little bit heavier, do the same thing, boom, 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 single, single, single. Just make sure you're not doing a lot of reps with the, just before you get ready to do your top set. As long as you get real close to it and you can do singles all the way up, I mean, for instance, I'm going to use myself as an example. I started the first few weeks. I may have I think I worked up, I did like 315 the first week. Next week was like 405. Next week was probably like 450. Next week was probably like 500. And then it started getting a little bit more, 550. Then I started feeling it, okay? At that point, I would still warm up. With that top set, I'd only do a single with it to see what it felt like. If I wanted to do more reps after that, I'd throw my straps on and do the reps. But never try to do a set of 5 with the hook grip 80, 85%, your top sets, even 75%. Just don't do it. It's not worth it, to tear your hands up. And if once you learn how to use the hook grip and you got it locked in, you don't need to do that. The reason I switched to the hook grip is because I had a grip problem I had trouble hanging on to probably like 850, 860, 870. Depending on how the competition went, sometimes I'd have a grip problem at the end of the competition. Okay, I pulled 870 before, just regular grip, but that was in training. By the time the meet come around, you're tired, your hands all wore out. It was tough. I didn't have the biggest hands. My hands are not that huge, so that's why I switched over to the hook grip to give me more consistency. They were just big enough to get my thumbs around on any bar to where it worked that way. But if you got normal size hands and you're looking for another way to be consistent, and also not only just for the sake of just for the grip, it also helps keep your back from torquing on one side. You'll be one-sided gripping over under grip. It just kind of turns your lat around. And after years of doing that, you probably have a few issues. Most time you don't, but you can see the difference in development in your back when you do that. So when I switched over, that's the thing I noticed. It worked for me that way. But over under grip is fine. There's not anything wrong with that. I just felt I was more consistent going to the hook grip. So I hope I explained well on how to go up and use the hook grip, how to get into it. If you got any questions, you can always hit me up at gogginsforce@gmail.com. But like I said, you always want to work up to your heavy sets and then throw the straps on. Next subject I want to approach is, should you or should you not use straps? There's a lot of discussion about using straps. I heard this from time to time. A lot of lifters will say they'll just be, no, you shouldn't use straps. You're weakening yourself if you use straps. I disagree. If I hadn't used straps, I don't know if my back would have been as strong as it was, because I would overload my back a lot using straps. I did heavy sets of fives off the floor. I love doing fives in deadlift. That's how I built my back up. Doing fives off the floor, doing fives in the racks. And I built my back to be extremely strong. I did 947 with straps in an exhibition once, and I pulled 900 for 3 reps in an exhibition using straps. I couldn't hang on to that at the time, but that's how strong my back was. But I wouldn't have been able to do that not using straps. But I got my back that strong. Also carried over for my squat. So it helped me tremendously. This is at 240 pounds. I think you can get a little leeway there to where, well, yeah, but you had a little grip problem. Yeah, I had a grip problem, but I was 242, and I was pulling over, still 830, 840, 850. I could pull 950 with straps. When I switched over to the hook grip, it was getting ready to turn 40. And so I was still able to hang on to 880. And I pulled 900 in the gym then still. So I think it's okay to use straps as long as you plan it out and calculate it. Do it the right way. Don't use straps all the time. Probably early on, I may have used them a lot. And I had to learn to back off of them. When I backed off of them and still use them back and forth, my grip got better, but my back still stayed stronger because I was still using straps back and forth. It's got to be a fine line between there. Some lifters say, well, just don't use them at all, you won't have any trouble. I disagree. Keep straps in your routine. There's nothing wrong with using straps. You're gonna hear negative comments about it. That's, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's just the way it is, but my opinion, keep straps in your routine. They work. Just don't overdo them. When you want to do a heavy set of 5 or something, and you're doing like 85, 90%, 87% or whatever, and you got to have this set, you don't have to worry about your grip. Throw your straps on. If you feel like you need to, you don't want to mess your grip up, do the single with the same weight before you throw your straps on. It's always a way to do it. You just got to be smart about doing it. That's pretty much all I got as far as that on the straps and the hook grip. If you got any questions, like I said, hit me up at gogginsforce@gmail.com, and hope it answers your question. And that's my opinion. I hope it helped you. Thank you.